Hello, YouTube. Uh, just wanted to get on here and give my testimony, I guess you could put it, as to what I've experienced. I believe it was around the year 2018. Don't ask me why I'm deciding to do this now. Just deciding to do this now. Especially with the UAP files that they've been dropping recently. From the government and the Pentagon and the FBI and Department of Energy and all those other, government agencies. It just revalidated my experience to me personally. So that's why I am going ahead and gonna give it to you. And just before I start, say hi to my little guy over there, Bear. He's contrary to what everybody else tells their dog, he's the best one ever. Anyway, so to start with, there is a place called the Corvette Museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky. And while I've never actually been inside that Corvette Museum myself, I have heard the engines roaring as they drive around the circuit. Now, if I'm being completely honest, which I am being, I was not at the Corvette Museum when this happened, but I was across the way from it at a place called Rivendell Behavioral Hospital. Now, I'm not a psychopath, I'm not crazy, but, I do take pills to help just moderate my mood and stuff, but that's besides the point, because none of those pills cause hallucinations. And here's where I was. This is not looking over towards the Corvette Museum per se, but it gives you an idea of where I was standing at, or what area of the facility I was in when I witnessed this. And it looks like that. So, oh wow, that's a bad reflection, ain't it? Looks like that. Courtyard, right? Anyway, so I want to say we were on smoke break. It was around 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Beautiful sky. Maybe 1 or 2 clouds. So it's very blue. Very, very open. There's nothing for anything to really hide behind or whatever. But as I'm smoking my cigarette, I was one of the first ones to get mine lit, and everybody else is, trying to get theirs lit also, because they didn't allow us to have the lighter because of, it's a hospital. Ask any hospital that you've ever been into, do they let their patients have lighters? And they're going to say no, for pretty good reasons, I'm sure. But anyway, something catches my eye, and do you how chrome looks, like a chrome, metallic chrome, like somebody who's got bad taste on GTA and they just slap that on their Bugatti and think that's like a cool thing to do. It was that kind of chrome, and it was V-shaped. Like a V. And let me see if I can get this right, coming from your angle to mine. It was turning like this, and then seemed to almost line up with me. And as it was doing that, this thing looked huge, by the way. But I had no faraway object to tell how far away it was. It was also quiet. There was no sound to it, and they weren't racing over there at the time either. So it was dead quiet. And to me, it looked to be massive. Bigger, much bigger than a Reaper drone would look like from that angle. Because that was the first thing I thought it was one of those things. Was one of those drones. And then I realized it had no body section to it at all. It was just the V shape. It was just the V. That was the vehicle, whatever it was. And as it's turning away, lining up with the sun, it was probably just me thinking it was lining up with the sun due to the fact that it seemed to have the shimmer effect. Like, you know how, like the shimmer off of really beautiful ocean water, or the shimmer off of the sunlight shimmer off of a car's paint job, where it's like that really intense, it catches your eye because it's like, the more you look at it, the harder it is to look at. This thing was brighter than the sun. I'm not joking. It was that bright to me. To me. And this lasted approximately about 3 seconds. Fast before I could say anything. The shimmer effect had washed over what started at its left side to me, but it could have been happening on both sides. But to me, it appeared to happen on like the left wing or whatever first. And it washed over the entire craft. And what I wasn't realizing as I was looking at it is as that shimmer was washing over it, it was it was disappearing. It was dematerializing right before my eyes. And it just left me so pondered. I've sought answers for it. I've asked military personnel what their take on it is. They tried to reassure me, yeah, it was probably just a drone, but they can't really explain the active camo situation. They say that's beyond our technology. If anybody's got it, we don't know what. Nobody that I've talked to a couple of drone mechanics that work on these things. Yeah, they might not know all of the combat capabilities of these drones, but I'm willing to go out on a limb and say it's probably not one of those. Because gave me chills. Gives me chills talking about it to this day. And ever since then, I developed a mild, moderate, and now it's at its peak interest in these UAP, UFO phenomenon that we have going on about in our world, in our airspace, and in outer space, as a matter of fact. So I feel like it deserves a lot more attention than what people are letting on. A lot of people that I know say, oh, it's just a government distraction. They're trying to distract you from Iran. They're trying to distract you from Epstein. And maybe they are. But it's a good distraction, I'll tell you that, because it's very interesting, and I've had my own personal experience, and I can tell you right here and there is something out there that frequents our airspace that we do not know what it is. We don't know how they operate, but these things are calculated at going at speeds of up to Mach 22. I don't know off the top of my head what that is, but I'm sure Google knows what it is. As a matter of fact, it's pretty fucking fast is what the fucking is. That's almost the same speed that the Earth rotates around the sun. Something that's able to travel that fast, not create a sonic boom, and move at those velocities without somehow igniting the atmosphere or, some crazy shit like that, like just deafening everybody within hundreds of thousands of miles, is unfathomable. We don't have access to anything like that. And so if you've come to this video wanting answers, I'm probably only going to provide you with more questions, but I will ask you to ask yourself this question. If there is intelligent life out there, and it's advanced enough to make it to this planet, or it's advanced enough to somehow stay under our radar for a long period of time while also coexisting on this planet somehow, whether it be in the ocean or, in the clouds even, maybe. I don't really know. Like a nope situation. Or maybe maybe it is a nope situation and they are life forms of some kind. I don't know. But that would explain why we don't get any signals. Like aside from the Black Knight that people want to talk about sometimes, that would explain why we don't get any like technological signatures for the most part. It's just things that we find on thermal, visual encounters for the so far that we know of, until they drop all the files, stuff like that. And I think that a better question you should ask yourself is, what if we are the last species to develop interstellar travel and everybody else has it? But it's some sort of agreement not to interfere with a species' natural evolution or of some kind. That's one take I have that I feel like is valid. And honestly, I wouldn't be too surprised if it's as simple as, because some of the maneuvers they pull are just like, it's like, reminds me of the song Slim Shady doing doing donuts in the parking lot or some shit, putting the fingers up. I can't remember what the exact lyrics are, but he's like talking about doing donuts. What I'm getting at is, it could just be like casual observers passing by, looking at us like a freak show, like wow, why are they so violent? Why are they at war still? Why are they killing each other? Why are they using, I don't know if they would know about currency, but they'd be like, why are they using something so demonic as currency? Why are they doing this? Why are they not working for the greater good? Why are they not working to all benefit each other at the same time, while also helping push the continuity of their own species beyond the side of their own birth planet? That's another way to put it. Because I do find it weird, but you would have to think, if they do have some sort of transmission capabilities, right? These capabilities would have to be faster than light to make any sense to really have. So that could be why we don't get these signals that we're looking for. We don't really hear anything out there, because, like some have suggested, the very means that they use to communicate it's a whole nother, it defies whatever we fucking know at our technology at this time. And I mean, does it not scare anybody watching this to know that there's a possibility that we're being watched by something that could possibly decimate our entire species? If they have the technology to travel here, they most definitely have the technology to make us regret our impact on this planet. And they could do whatever, or maybe they realize that that's an impossibility, because any species on their home world has got the home turf advantage and will just be impossible to dig out, just like the Viet Cong were in Vietnam. I mean, I feel like that would be something that a much advanced species would already have figured out, if that is always the case, no matter what level of technology one has. And I feel like, I feel like there is definitely something out there, and it might not have nefarious intentions, or I think malevolent. Is malevolent not the right word? I think malevolent's supposed to be evil, right? It might not have evil intentions. I might have misspoken just now, but it might not have evil intentions. But one thing's for certain. Another video you could look up is the UFO Yemen encounter off the coast of Yemen. 2 Reaper drones are tracking a object, an orb of some kind. Don't know what it is, of course, as it's gliding over the ocean or some body of water. And they shoot a fucking Hellfire missile able to defeat any modern battle tank's armor in one shot, one go. Boom, it's done. That's a fucking tank. We don't have flying tanks, okay? But this motherfucking thing, this little tiny fucking orb, missile comes in from the second drone. That's the first one's painting with the laser. Ding! Payload doesn't detonate. That's unheard of. Payload doesn't detonate. Skims right off. You could say, yo, well, it does happen sometimes. Well, you know what? I mean, I guarantee you that if they shot a second one at it, it would have bounced off too. But they shoot it and it bounces right the fuck off. And as the thing keeps going on about its way, and there's a couple of particles, I don't know if they're from the missile, I don't know if they're from the craft itself, but whatever it is, they seem to be pulled along and strung along right behind as if they're like regenerating or trying to reconnect with the orb, or they're just caught in the orb's whatever field it has that might have been the same field that inerted the payload. Look that up. You can call it what you want, make of it what you will. I hope you make your own opinion, and I hope you make your own decision about it. But that is a very chilling video that I think a lot of people need to see. That there is no explanation for that. We don't know why that happened. We don't know how that happened, and it just flew off. But a bigger question to me is why don't they still continue to track it? There's no explanation on how fast it went after they showed that footage. Like they don't really like detail that anymore. Like that's a great fucking question though. Where the fuck did it continue to go? And if it was able to completely outmaneuver any of their tracking systems, then once again it brings to bear the question of what the fuck are these things? Why are they here? And how do we stop them if they decide to be hostile? I feel like are the three biggest questions. Because we've already shown aggression by attacking one of their orbs directly. That doesn't look good on paper or in person. And if all these objects are just drones, and say for instance, there are no actual biological creatures piloting these craft, or whatever they are, then I can tell you what, if they do have faster than light communications, it doesn't look very well for us humans if something that we simply don't understand is something that we throw missiles at. But I get whoever pulled that I get whoever pulled that trigger on that drone. I totally understand their curiosity. Like, well, what's going to happen? But yeah, that's I'm gonna leave it there. Say goodbye to Bear. Bye, Bear. Bye, Bear. Bye, bye. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day/night. And if nobody's told you that they love you, I love you. I do, and I just hope you all have a great rest of your whatever you're doing. Peace out.